everybody, welcome back, and today I have a very exciting video for you. It is my very first collaboration here on my channel, and I'm doing it with my very awesome friend here on YouTube, Kimberly Clark. If you do not have Kimberly in your life, I'm going to need you to stop what you're doing, go down below, click on that link, and subscribe. She's so funny and awesome and very smart, and you're just gonna adore her. But we were throwing around some ideas for Valentine's Day because we wanted to do something fun and a little bit out of the box. Then I said, well, why don't we do like a sweetheart siren kind of thing where one of us can do something very romantic and natural, one of us can do something a little bit more glamorous and vampy. And she was like, yeah, that's an awesome idea. Why don't we include the Pantone colors of the year? And I was like, well, that's just freaking genius. So yeah. So she sent me a link to their website. And for those of you who don't know, Pantone comes out with a color of the year every year, and this year they've actually come out with two. And these are just colors that are trending as far as fashion and makeup and all that kind of good stuff. But the colors this year are Serenity and Rose Quartz. So Serenity is this really pretty light kind of gray toned blue, and Rose Quartz is just this very light pink. So we incorporated those in our looks, but she sent me the link to this website, which is really cool because some of these watercolors, these pastel kind of colors, can be very hard to maneuver as far as color pairing and all that kind of stuff. And on the website, it has a video about the color of the year. I'll link this down below. And it also has all of these palettes with different color pairings, which is just so super cool because it maybe is going to open up some ideas for you that you didn't think about before. So we each picked a palette to work from. She picked number 7, which has all of these beautiful pinks and purples in it. And I picked palette number 1, which has these darker tones, this kind of grayish black, or blackish gray, blackish gray. It's a blackish gray. I can't talk. These kind of cranberry colors, the berries, the Serenity, and the Rose Quartz. And obviously I did the more glamorous, vampy look. She did something that was just so ethereal and beautiful and romantic, so you definitely need to check it out. But if you want to see how we got this look, I'm going to stop talking, and yeah, stick around and I'll show you how I did this to my face. But I'll see you guys after the tutorial. I have done my other eye off camera. That's because it is a time-consuming tutorial. Enough talking? No, I'm just kidding. We're going to be doing a lot of talking, but I'm going to go ahead and start the tutorial, and I'm using my new Photo Focus eyeshadow primer from Wet n Wild. I love this stuff. Same consistency as the Too Faced Shadow Insurance, a little bit thicker than the Little Rock one that I love, very similar to the Urban Decay. So great $4 primer. And then taking this, the Ultimate Brow Highlighter from Wet n Wild. I can't help it, Wet n Wild is, I think I said this in my favorites video, but they are just a lot. I think of all of their new stuff that's come out that I've tried, there's been like one thing that I didn't like, and I'll go into that in another video. So, but this is really creamy, very bright. This is going to really kind of cancel out any discoloration you have underneath your brow. This is a very dramatic look, so we do want it to be a nice clean palette. And this is just the Wet n Wild small concealer brush. And I'm gonna bring it down further. Doesn't matter because we're gonna cover all that stuff up with concealer anyway, or with foundation. So, you know, if you make a mess, not a big deal. All right, guys. It's a glam look, so we're going to be busting out the tape. If you are not familiar with a wing, or if you're not confident with doing a wing, or you just want an easy way to do it, this is going to be the way. So what you do is just take some clear tape, and you're going to find where you want that to fit along your eye. I take mine down a little bit past where my crease ends, so it ends here. See where it ends right there? I'm going to take it out just a little bit further. And the reason I do this is because I have found that because I have hooded eyes, if I try and do a wing too far in, it's going to look weird and wrinkly, and it's just not cute. So I'm going to take it out past where the hood of my eye ends, and it's just going to be a little bit easier to apply. Now, taking any gel eyeliner, I'm just taking the Maybelline Eye Studios Blackest Black Gel Eyeliner. And any little detailed brush, I have no idea what brand this is. I think it's Love is what it's called. But any detailed little brush, and just take a little bit of the liner, and we're gonna start cutting the crease. And this is just gonna give us a reference point of where we wanna start blending shadows up and kind of really highlighting the lid down. And if you mess this up, you know what? It's okay, because it's just makeup. I'm gonna take it pretty much almost all the way in, and you can see that I'm going just above my natural crease line. Because if you take it right in your crease, you're gonna eventually blend it down anyway, but it's just gonna end up transferring and being a big old mess. So I find that if I take it above my crease and start there, it's gonna end up pretty much in my general natural crease area, and it won't I won't have those transfer issues. These are just little tricks that I've learned for my eyes that work for me. I did this backwards, but that's okay. Once I've got that down, what I'm gonna do to set the base and set my shadow and to set that cream, you can do this before if you want, I just forgot. I'm just taking Brulee from Wet n Wild and a Flower EO1 brush. I'm just laying this down. This is gonna help everything else blend out. And it's just, again, really helping to clean up that base. This is the best $1 eyeshadow if you are a pale girl. So good. We're gonna be using a couple different palettes for this look. So the first one we're gonna be using is the Reveal 2 from Coastal Scents. This is one of my all-time absolute favorite palettes. I waited till it was on sale, so I got it for 10 bucks, 20 eyeshadows. I mean, is good. He's good. So if you were thinking about the Naked 3, I love the Naked 3, but I reach for this one more. And it is a fifth of the price. So first thing we're gonna do is pick up a fluffy brush, and we're gonna go into this light mauve palette, or shade in the palette. This is a very beautiful light transition shade. We're just gonna, if you get it down on the lid, it's not a big deal. What we're gonna do is just start placing our transition. And again, I like placing down that black color first, just because it gives me a nice reference. But these kind of blended out cut creases, dramatic looks are all about blending. So the more layers you have, the more colors you have, the easier the blend is going to be. All right, now going in with just an a BR 250 from Coastal Scents, and we're gonna pick up this deeper mauve shade in the palette. And I like this brush because it's got a little bit more of a tapered into it. I'm gonna start placing that right over the black. And you see how nicely that black blends out. So if you don't want this to be super dark, this is why I do it first, because this helps just kind of blend that line in with the shadows. So I'm just blending that deeper mauve shade in with the lighter mauve shade. I'm taking this pretty far in too. We're going to take it all the way in the inner corner because we're going to lighten it up down the road. And a trick I've learned, hold your brush at the end and it's going to just give you a softer, more diffused blend. All right, now we're gonna start building up this color a little bit. So I'm gonna take a pencil brush, does not matter which one. We're gonna go in with this beautiful cranberry shade in the palette. And we're gonna follow just right along where that black is. It's all about building up color. And for this shade, I prefer, you'll see me use a different pencil brush later on in the tutorial. For this color, I prefer something a little bit softer and more pliable. If you don't have, you know, different pencil brushes and you only have one, that's fine. That's gonna be all you need. We can make it work. All right, now going back in with the BR 250, I'm just gonna go back in with no more product on it and just blend everything out. You see we're starting to get that really nice blend, defined, pretty awesomeness. Again, now I'm just gonna go in with a smaller, stiffer brush and gonna go into this matte black right here. And I'm going to start tracing where that original line of eyeliner was. I'm gonna pick up some more of that red and just that cranberry color and that softer pencil brush and just start blending it all out. Again, I'm just taking this right to the inner corner. And then with the softer brush, I'm gonna go in with the black. So again, just slowly building up that color. All right, now taking that BR 250 again, I'm gonna pick up that deeper mauve shade. And again, just go back in and start blending out the harsh edges. Now, if you're one of those people that find that you have excess skin on your eyes, I get it right here where I get these like weird lines when I'm blending out, or you're a little bit older, as you're blending, go in just circular motions, and that's gonna help blend everything out. All right, now going back in with that Flower EO1 brush, we're gonna pick up this light shimmery yellow tone in the palette. We're just gonna place it right underneath the brow. We're gonna take it right, just all underneath, follow the brow all the way down into the inner corner. just gonna create a really pretty highlight underneath the brow, which is a look that I'm finding that I like more and more when it's done subtly. I don't want glitter underneath the brow, but I do like a little bit of sheen underneath the brow. You're gonna hear a lot of people on YouTube telling you, don't do this, don't do that. You know what I say to those people? They can all suck it, because it's makeup, it's art, it's arbitrary, it's subjective. Do what you like, and if you like it and if you think you look good and you feel good, then screw everybody else. Who cares what they think? They don't matter. All right, now we're gonna start working on the lid. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take my Maybelline Color Tattoo. This is the 24-hour concentrated crayon. This is in pink Parfait. Gorgeous, gorgeous, just light pink color, which I think is just creates a beautiful base for our rose quartz color. And just kind of is gonna help make it pop. So I'm just gonna run that along my lid. And then I'm gonna take a flat shader brush and I'm just gonna smooth that out and take it right up into the crease. And again, if you get above the crease, if you get a little bit of mixture here, it's okay. We're gonna go back in and clean it up and deepen it up so you get a nice line like you do over here. Okay. And once you've done that, what we're gonna do is we're gonna take that same brush and we're gonna wet it. I'm just gonna take some eye drops that I keep in this little spray bottle. And we're gonna go into the BH Cosmetics Foil Eyes 28 color shadow palette. This thing is, it's beautiful. But what we're gonna do is just pick up this lightest color right here. This is just a beautiful shimmery rose quartz type of color. It's got that deep pink in it that I was really looking for. And we're gonna start just patting this on the eye. These shadows I'm so super impressed with, wet or dry. But since we're going for the super glam look, I just decided to foil it just to really get everything out of it that I could. All right, now just taking a smaller brush, a little detailed brush. This is a BRC S01. By the way, Coastal Scents brushes are fantastic, very inexpensive, especially when you catch them on a sale. They're so good. I use them all the time. But we're gonna take this really, really light baby pink bordering on, this is like a light white baby pink, beautiful. We're just gonna take that on the inner third and blend that into the deeper rose quartz color. And this is going to, because this is such a dramatic look, this is going to help open up the eye. And we're just gonna bring that right into the inner corner there. Doesn't have to be perfect. We're gonna go back and clean that up later. All right, so now what we're gonna start doing is creating the wing. All right, so the way we're gonna do this is we're gonna just take very, very small strokes, and we're just gonna go right along the lash line, as close to the lash line as we can get. Take your time with this, because it is a pain in the butt if you mess up. Got the liner along the lash line. It's not the most opaque or neat application. That's okay. We're gonna go back and clean it up. So what we're gonna do is just, again with this little detailed brush, we're gonna just bring the eyeliner just down into the corner of the eye, just to create this kind of more defined pointy look. Right, now what we're gonna do is start creating our wing, and as you can see, I've got a very dramatic wing here. You can make it as subtle or as dramatic as you want, so just whatever you're comfortable with. But we're gonna do, we've got that safety net there of the tape, so we're just gonna follow that. So what we're gonna do is take that first initial, I'm gonna kind of find where I want mine to go. I want mine to be about right there, and I'm just gonna follow it down the tape. Start filling it out. So we've got it there. Then I'm going to connect it and just create that triangle. We're going to create that triangle shape, that triangle shape. All right, and now the scariest part, I'm going to take the tape off. See how off it is from my other side. Not too bad. Sometimes placing the tape in the right way, in the right position, is the hardest part of this look. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go back and even these up. Just taking your concealer brush, you can go through and tidy up. So make sure that's all blended. So now what I'm going to do is, once that liner is where I want it to be, I want to go and deepen it up. So I'm using, I prefer a brush tip but use whatever is more comfortable. Now what I'm going to do is just to go back in and deepen this up a little bit. Make sure the line is nice and crisp. I'm going to take that smaller pencil brush, go back in with the black, and just start cleaning it up. Again, like I said, it's going to be a process. Take your time. And once I've got that black kind of where I want it, I'm going to just take any any liner brush. Just raise your eyebrows, and again, just small lines, small strokes. Really, really, really clean it up. All right, once you're happy with the shape on your upper lash line, what we're going to do is go in with that small detailed liner brush again, and we're going to start dragging the liner on the lower lash line. Again, lightly, it doesn't have to be perfect. We're just going to create a shape, and then right when you get to that inner, kind of right underneath the tear duct, we're going to angle it down. So you can see right towards the middle of your eye, you're starting to leave a gap so that we can just then angle down. And this is going to give room for us to play with that light blue color on the lower lash line. So for that color, I'm using the Rimmel Scandalize in light blue. This is the most beautiful matte light blue. It's gorgeous. And I'm just going to very generously line my waterline. And I'm going to bring it down and follow that shape. So I'm going to bring it towards the inner corner of my eye. This is really going to help to open up the eye. So now using that same liner brush, I'm going to just take a black eyeshadow. I'm just using the one in the Revealed palette. And I'm just tracing the line we created with our gel eyeliner. Into the foiled eyeshadow palette, I'm going to take this really beautiful kind of purpley blue with that same liner brush, and we're just going to smoke it out just slightly. And just taking a little detail brush, I'm going to take this kind of bluish silver in the palette, and I'm just going to place this right over the light blue liner in the inner corner. To brighten everything up, again, just another little detailed brush. We're going to take this lightest shade in the palette and just kind of work it in the inner corner. Now for lashes, I'm just going to throw on my Wet n Wild Mega Length Mascara on my upper and lower lashes. Now for lashes, I'm going to pop on these. These are some of my favorites. These are the Cherry Blossom Zobats is what they're called. They're a half lash. They're really cool. They've got, ooh, let me see, you can see they've got that crisscross pattern to them. So they're very, very dramatic and spiky and just really help to open up and elongate the eye. And on the lower lash line, I'm going to take some individual lashes. These are just the Salon Perfect Flair Short Black. And I'm going to put about 5 little individual lashes right along the lower lash line. So I'm going to do that and I'll be right back. Alright guys, so the lashes are on, and you can see that I did put some lashes along the lower lash line. Completely not necessary. I just wanted the drama. But we're going to go ahead and work on the face while everything else is drying. Today I'm going to use my CoverGirl Outlast All Day Primer. Alright, and anytime I do a dramatic look, I like to have a more matte finish. Today I'm going to use the Dream Velvet Soft Matte Hydrating Foundation from Maybelline. And a little of this stuff goes a long way. It's really, really nice. I really do like this foundation. And I'm just going to take my Real Techniques sponge, and I'm just going to start bouncing this all over the face. Today I'm going to be using a combination of the Better Skin from Maybelline 24-Hour Super Stay Better Skin and the new Illuminati Highlighting and Concealing Pen from Wet n Wild in the color Ivory Into You. So this one I'm going to be pretty generous with. And we're going to clean up the outer portion of my eye since I did mess up. This is the most just awesome, creamy. I love the consistency of this concealer. Just feels luxurious. We're going ham on the face today. Alright guys, while I was blending out my foundation, my card got full, so I had to empty it. So I just blended out my foundation with the sponge, but like I was saying, I don't know if it caught it or not, but I like the yellow tone in this and the salmon-y tone in this, and it just really helps to cancel out any kind of discoloration I have underneath my eyes. These two together are just awesome. So now to set my concealer, I'm going to take that damp sponge and I'm going to take my Coty Airspun powder in Naturally Neutral, which I like the yellow tone in this again, to help just brighten up any darkness. I get dark circles around the outer portions of my eye. I find this works better for me, this tone, than translucent powder. So it's just kind of a cool, nice, loose banana powder. And I like applying it with this damp sponge because it just really gets right where I want it to go. And since this is going to be a full-on glam look, we're going to go a little hard with this. We are going to do some contouring today because, like I always say, I got a lot of real estate. Got to do something with it, especially up here. We're going to just take this powder right along the jawline where I do my contour. Alright, I'm going to take my Profusions Studio Contour Palette, which I have been loving lately. It was in my favorites video. And since we are doing a very glam look, I'm going to take my e.l.f. This is my contouring brush, and I'm going to take the deeper shade. I'm just going to put it in there. And all I'm going to do is just kind of go just like that. That is super dark, I know. Don't worry, it'll blend out. And I'm just going to go right on the other side. Yes, this is crazy dark. I know, it's fine. We're going to blend it out. So I'm going to use my Sephora Small Contour Brush, and I'm just going to do small circles. I'm going to go in with the lighter powder, and again, just start blending it all out. Alright guys, to soften this up even more and just to wick away all this powder, I'm going to go into my MAC Mineralized Skin Finish Natural. And now I'm going to take my Physicians Formula, this is the Butter Bronzer, in the light bronzer, and I'm going to take my Wet n Wild powder brush. I'm just going to lay that right along the back of my contour. Around my forehead. This is, again, just going to help make that very dramatic contour just blend out a little bit better. Alright, for blush I want to mix two blushes that really kind of capture the two colors of Serenity and Rose Quartz. So I'm taking this really pretty cool toned, you know, kind of blue based light mauvey pink, and I'm going to top it with this gorgeous, gorgeous ombre blush from Wet n Wild. These are so beautiful. So first I'm going to take the City Color, I'm going to get my brush first actually. So first, I'm going to take the City Color blush in Blackberry on my BRC S25. And what I'm going to do, what I like to do is just kind of dab it where I want it and then blend it out. And now taking that same brush and just taking the ombre bronzer or ombre blush. This is in a purple haze. I can't tell you how beautiful these are. They're so gorgeous. I'm just going to take my brush and dab it into the blush like this so I kind of pick up that ombre effect. And again, I'm just going to go right on top of Blackberry. This is just going to give it a really pretty gradient look. So you've got a really nice cool toned pink blush that, you know, kind of ties in with the Rose Quartz and the Serenity. I took the plunge and got Becca Moonstone because I've heard such good things about it, especially for, you know, fairer skin tones. But so I'm just going to take it on that same BRC S25 and just kind of put it right on the tops of the cheeks and work back towards the temple. And now that we've got the face taken care of, we're going to go back in and just smoke out our lower lash line a little bit more, and then we'll be done with the eyes. I'm just going to take a small shader brush and go back in with that really pretty kind of royally blue color from the Foil Eyes palette. I'm looking for a mirror. And I'm just going to smoke it out just a little bit. I told you I should have done the lashes last. Got too excited, I wasn't thinking. So that's pretty much the face done. So now all we have to do is lips. So for lips today, I want to do something simple. I'm not going to go with a bold lip. I want to do more of a nude. When I say more of a nude, I definitely want to do a nude. So let's do a nude. Alright, so I'm going to go in with my Rimmel Exaggerate in Easton Snob and line my lips and kind of fill in the outer corners, and then we're going to go in with a lighter lipstick. And to tone that down, I'm just going to go in with Daringly Nude. This is one of the creamy mattes from, I almost put my eye out with it, from Maybelline. And it's coming off a little bit more peachy in my camera, so I apologize. But I am going to go in with the Brilliant Shine Lip Gloss from Milani in Nude Touch. Alright, and I am going to go in with my Photo Focus setting spray from Wet n Wild. I'm going to spray my face down just to make sure everything stays in place. Alright everybody, so this is the finished look. You know, I just wanted to show you guys that looks like this. These cut creases, they can seem intimidating, but anybody can do them with a little bit of practice and a whole lot of patience. So be brave, step out of your comfort zone, you know, and try something fun. And if I can do it, you can do it. And there's no better way to learn technique and fine-tune technique than doing these crazy, kind of out there, fun, edgy looks. But I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. Oh, my nose. My nose. Not good. But definitely go check out Kimberly's channel. I have been following her from pretty much the beginning of her channel. Absolutely adore her. And I think I fell just a little bit more in love. I follow her on Instagram, and one day, about a year ago, she posted this look online. It was a very beautiful eye look, and this girl came on and just was like, well, that just looks messy. And I was like, well, that's just mean and nasty. Like, what a stupid thing. I mean, this is a waste of time. But anyway, the way she shut this girl down just stole my heart. She was just like, oh my god, my first hater, I feel so important, or something like that, and took this grumpy, stupid comment and turned it into something fun and positive. So, and that's just the kind of personality she is, and everybody needs a little bit more of that in their lives. So definitely subscribe to her. But I hope you guys enjoyed. As always, thank you so much for hanging out and playing with makeup with me. If you recreate this look or any kind of variation of it, tag me down below, or tag me on Instagram, or let me know down below so I can see. I would love to see any recreations you might do. But as always, guys, have an amazing day. Have a wonderful Valentine's Day. And just remember, love your flaws, because those are what make you you and what make you beautiful. I love you guys. I'll see you next time.